according to your. Okay, thank you, Eugene. Yeah, so today we'll be talking about the topic that we'll be talking about today is actually synergy management. As you can see here, we have me and Rilin, and then actually I changed my picture. Eugene used another picture I changed because I saw Rilin got like a dog in her picture. Then I also put a picture with a dog. Yeah, okay lah. So fun fact aside, yeah. So for this synergy management topic, I guess we are both speaking from our experience. As previously I was the LCVP PD of JB, and then for Rilin, she was the SUVP of FL for Isaac in Help lah. Yeah. So okay. Before we start the session, right? Yeah. Just want to ask you guys, maybe we can give you like popcorn style answer, or you want to unmute also can. Yeah, so what do you think synergy means to you? Yeah, so far, I guess in your journey doing sales, what do you think synergy means to you? Doggy. Yeah, means everything. Wow, what does everything, what does everything means?
Means that we cannot like leave each other, like each department.
Oh, okay. I see a very interesting answer from Z argument. Hey, I want to know, got T, is it? What argument? But actually, like to be honest, right, I think it's really normal. It's really common if you have arguments with like your product teams, I would say, because sometimes like conflict is not a bad thing. Conflict maybe is like the thing that you might need to spark you guys like to move forward or to come up with better like solutions, stuff like that. Yeah, just a fun fact. Align communication, yeah, avoid misunderstanding, to understand other departments' progress. Yeah, argument bonding. Yeah, actually it's kind of true though. Yeah, argument bonding. But if let's say you can overcome the argument and then move on, then you can be better in terms of your bond. No fight, no. Combine brain power, alignment, understand. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay, it's very good that you guys kind of hit the things that I want to talk about today. And then it's really good that you guys know what synergy means. Then I want to ask you guys, right? Now you know what synergy means. Do you know who are your your main synergy stakeholders? Yeah, as sales team, salesperson. This one I expect everyone to know and to answer it correctly. If not, every department one. I think it depends. It depends, but yeah, I would say mostly I see a lot of answer already, AY, IGV, yes. And then IGV, FL, mainly IGV, AY, FL. Yeah, exactly. Okay, it's good you guys know who are the stakeholders are, or else you'll be very lost in your speed dating later. Okay, thanks for answer, people. Yeah, so actually the reason we didn't have speed dating in check-in is because I requested for Eugene to do speed dating in our session. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then yeah, so I think I might need Eugene's help to open like breakout rooms, like randomly assign 3 to 4 person a room would do that. And then yeah, here are the questions that you can actually talk to your partners or your groups in the breakout room lah. So first things first, you can these are just guiding questions. I don't have to follow it, but basically what I want you guys to talk about is how you do your synergy so far. Yeah, any interesting synergy experience? What is the learning that you have? Kind of like a GCP sharing lah. Because I saw in the feedback form, a lot of people say they don't have GCP sharing. Okay, then I give you the opportunity. Okay, yeah. So I think it will give you around like 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, to talk lah. Yeah. So everyone can go lah. We'll come back later. Yeah. Why my hash reaction like that?
No, it's okay. Yeah, later you find out.
For you guys. Oh yeah, thanks, Eugene. Yeah, how was the conversation for you guys? Anyone would like to share? UPM long synergy. How they define long synergy though? How long do you do synergy for? 2 hours plus. Yeah, same lah. That's a good sign, It means you have things to discuss about. If you don't have things to discuss about, then you should worry about it. Oh, Mahesh never had synergy before. So long, but very okay. Okay, what about the conversation that you guys had just now? You know, in like speed dating spaces like this, right? Usually we have guided question they ask you know, usually Eugene prepare like how you can share about your day or whatever, right? We always end up ranting in the space to each other, like ranting this partner lah, ranting this person or whatever. Yeah. How about you guys? Do you guys manage to, you know, rant maybe about your synergy partner? Or did you realize anything interesting, you know, from the conversations you have with other LCs? Yeah. Maybe let me see. Can I ask Sunisa from Penang, yeah, to share?
You can just call me Sun lah for short, Sun or Su, so that not confused.
Okay. Yeah, how was the conversation?
Mainly we just bonded over how long the synergy are and how draining it is. We were like so long, and then sometimes we even had to cut off the thing because it's going nowhere, and we feel like even if with long synergy, if like in the end no result, then no use also, like because when you have long discussion, you must at least have some like result, right? But then if long discussion still no result, means okay, no more. I don't think it's a good discussion anymore. So better end the synergy, have a good rest, and then maybe bring it to another time so that more refresh, and maybe we can reflect back on what we said during the meetings.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that's actually what we did also last time. You know, in my synergy team, usually our FL is the one, she will kind of remind us that if let's say our synergy is gone too long and then everyone's like exhausted and then you can feel everyone's energy level is down and then there's not much output from the discussion, then she's usually the one who will remind us that maybe we can discuss about it next time, like that. So it's actually, it really, I guess it also, this thing builds up like from experience, I would say. Yeah, going around and around FL power. Yeah, but I guess it doesn't have to be just your FL, you know, you can be the one to do that too. It depends on how you really are as a person. Yeah, so for my FL, she's very objective driven, so she voices it out. Yeah, okay. So thanks for the what is that sharing from Sunisa. I think we're a bit short of time, so I'll just proceed first. Yeah, so actually I was expecting your answer to be like, you know, ranting like, oh, I have so many problems in synergy like that, but it's okay. Yeah, I know, you know, just now it's just at summer, right? It's just, you know, started, not say just started, but it's in the middle of like your sales journey in summer, and you probably feel like you have some problems in synergy, you don't know how to synergy, you don't know what to talk about. It's fine to have these problems because you're still experiencing and you're still learning lah. And that's why we're here to help you and we're here to deliver this session for you lah, okay? Yeah, so I'll share a little bit. Today's L&D is more chill. It's more of like me sharing my experience, but also the few main things that, you know, that you should take note of in synergy lah. Yeah, so back in my day, you can see this is actually our IGV, PD, and FL team, very big family. Actually, like 90% of them is IGV. Like, so it's a very big family. And then I would say we are quite close and we didn't have much conflicts. I would say it's not really escalated. We do have disagreements, but we talk it out and then there's not much conflicts. And then I would say everything's going great. Yeah, so just some sharing from me. It's like synergy management with product team. So product team here is actually referring to IGV and AWA. But then my personal experience wise, I only have experience working with IGV as PD. So I'll try my best to make it more general. So it doesn't only, you know, focus on IGV side, but in general to both products. Yeah, so actually here it's just like a small checklist of actually things that you can take note of if in your synergy with product teams. Yeah, so first thing is you should have a consistent synergy routine. No, I think this is actually quite obvious. Yeah, so I want to ask you guys, right? Do you guys have a consistent synergy routine with your product teams? Yeah, it can be either weekly or bi-weekly. No. Okay, then you should start to have I tell you, you should really start to have a consistent synergy routine. Even if you feel like you don't have anything to talk about, you should still set a consistent synergy routine. And then this is actually to make sure everyone is like accountable to their tasks or the things that you discuss with each other and promise each other lah. Yeah, so even if you don't feel like you don't have anything to talk about, you just set a synergy routine. Yeah, the topics will come out eventually lah. Okay, yeah, so call to action for those who don't have a consistent synergy routine, you should have a consistent synergy routine. And then I don't know how for other LCYs, but for JB, we had it every week. Yeah, every week on Monday night like that. And then I guess depending for you, maybe you can do it bi-weekly if you really feel like it's not necessary to do it weekly lah. Yeah, I also heard like from, I don't remember which LC, I think it was Sunway. I'm not really sure last time. Yeah, one of the LC last time they shared to us is that they actually did 1 week of offline synergy and another week of online. So it's kind of still weekly, but it's like alternating now. Yeah, and then, okay, call to action for those who don't have a consistent synergy routine. You should talk to your synergy stakeholders about it, okay? Yeah, then second thing is actually meeting sites for documentation. Actually, it might not feel like it's, you might feel like, hey, why am I pointing this out? You might feel like it's like, isn't it normal to have, meeting sites for meeting like that? But actually, funny thing is actually I heard from, I guess the other LCs and also my own LCs, OGX Synergy, they actually don't have, meeting sites when they do Synergy meeting. Then I was like, how do you, remember all the things, your call to action, all the things that, you discuss in your Synergy? So I think for me, personally, I would say having meeting sites is really important for documentation wise, and having the visual showing, I would say it's better for discussion. And then yeah, okay. Then wait, I'm like, okay, next thing is actually you can actually plan ahead topics. So you can even plan until the end of summer. You can make a spreadsheet, you plan with your synergy partner the topics that you want to discuss about throughout the term. And then it'll be better if, let's say, you can plan ahead the topics of the next synergy meeting. So not both, but all sides of the, of the department, they can prepare, they can prepare their own, prepare their part of the synergy before, going into discussing about the topic. Then offline synergy is like what I mentioned just now. Actually, if you feel like you don't feel it's necessary to do online synergy because maybe the things you want to discuss is just like confirmation, all that is not necessary, like based on your judgment, you think it's not necessary to do an online synergy, then you can also opt for an offline synergy, or if it's like everyone is like not available, you can opt for offline synergy as well. And offline synergy is actually referring to, Telegram messages or, WhatsApp messages, basically, like you won't need to join a meet like that. No? And then lastly, it's actually for synergy, I would say it's discussion more than updating. I'm not really sure about you guys, but I would say it's the healthy synergy meeting is actually more on discussion rather than, reporting and updating to your, rather than just focusing on updating and reporting to your synergy stakeholders. And co-creation only happens when there's discussion happening. Okay. Then yeah, so next thing is actually I think one quite important thing is also everyone understands the role that they play in synergy, I would say. Yeah, so actually here's a question for you guys. Do you know what are BD's roles in synergy? Yeah. This one very important. This one would actually, I guess, would actually determine whether or not you I guess your synergy level, I guess. Yeah. So what do you guys think is the role that BD should play in synergy? Don't know. Okay, thanks for being honest. Very good. Inform IGV what kind of KA there is excellent relevance. Yeah, kind of true. But I would say not really inform, but rather you can suggest and you can advise, no? And give your opinions. Yeah. Very good. What about the others? Profit strategy. Profit strategy, I thought that is for IGV and FL. Yeah, for BD, I guess I don't know lah. Okay, maybe yeah, usually profit strategy is between IGV and FL. Yeah. I'm not really sure. Maybe you can share me what you mean by profit strategy. Yeah. See in the sense of external POV. Yeah, current progress on what partners want to suggest equals to argument. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm very interested to know like how you guys do synergy. Yeah. Haha, true. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know. For me, I suggest for me like how I think is I just suggest to you, if you don't want to listen, then it's your problem. Then no lah, okay, not say your problem. You don't want to listen, then it's fine. I just suggested you already like that. Yeah, so okay, thanks for your answers, guys. So for me, I would say from my understanding, the BD's role from my understanding and experience, BD role is actually first thing, yeah, I guess just now Sunisa from Penang, San, yeah, she actually provided the thing that I wanted to talk about is actually providing external context or opinions, no? Because you're the one directly in contact with externals, right? So you have the context, you have the, you have the idea of what external wants. So what you can do is you can play a role to suggest and to advise the product team, and then to ensure that always to ensure that our product is always externally relevant. Yeah, and second thing is actually enhance the product value to not just use the corporates. I think this is kind of similar to the first point, because product team, they may be doing a very good job in creating value for youths, but then at the same time, not all of the things are actually relevant to what corporate wants or what externals want. So you have a role to like what I said, you have a role to suggest and to advise, because in the end, because in the end, this product is a product that you'll be selling to external, right? Yeah, so that's the thing lah. Then lastly, it's actually to secure sales. Most important, secure sales to ensure the sustainability of project and entity. And then, yeah, so just a small, I guess, tip or experience sharing from me is that, because sometimes you might feel like perhaps your product team cannot really understand your perspective, your external perspective. Like you tell them the things that you think external might want, but for them, they might not understand it. Yeah, it's actually quite normal to have these things happening in Synergy. And I would say I don't really blame them, because they might not have the opportunity to talk to partners before, so they don't have the external contact. So actually you can also invite your product teams, like your director, project director, operation director, to partners meeting, so they can have the experience themselves. They can really see from their eye and really understand what are the things that externals want. It's not just us making things up, but it's really just what the externals want, and then they can really see from your point of view lah. Yeah, that's the thing lah. And then I would say in summer, I think it's critical that in summer that the project directors or operation director to have this kind of external context, I would say, because it will really, really help in their winter planning. Yeah, that's the thing. Then yeah, so actually for those you might wondering, for those that you might be wondering, what are the things that I should talk about in Synergy, right? I guess here are some scopes that you can actually discuss in Synergy with your product team. So first is definitely your sales progress, any bottlenecks you're facing, anything that you think your product team is able to support you on. And then second thing is called creating your partner deliverables and value proposition. This thing is basically relating to product KA planning. So actually for product KA planning, I'm not really sure for you guys, but for me previously, when we are in key activity planning stage, our IGV team will actually ask for opinions from our PD team last time, because we are the ones with the external context, and we can see from external perspective, is this product relevant to both youth and partners, right? Yeah, so you can actually involve also in product KA planning. And then product updates, this is from product team side. They can provide you updates, or even you can Synergy talk about audit. Yeah, it's always auditing. I mean, you always need to audit. So you have 6 audits for your term. So yeah, there's always gonna be audit in your Synergy lah. And then next thing is also another few topics that I suggest that you guys can start to talk about. It's actually UR nurturing. Yeah, I guess for some LCs, you are I would say you have experience working with UR. And then perhaps, because for me, for my experience of working with UR, it's not just a PD effort, but it's actually both PD and IGV effort to actually nurture our UR. Because how do I say this? In the end, I would say UR is one of our biggest support in as for us as an entity in a university. So that's why it's a like both side effort to actually keep like nurturing our UR. And then last thing, and the next thing is actually product growth path. It's actually like, for example, like a 3-year growth path plan, something like that. If you don't have anything to talk about, it's fine. You can also talk about this thing, because if you have a growth path plan for a product, right, it's actually means that you might be able to come up with a long-term deliverables plan for partner, and it's more likely that you can form long-term partnerships with them. Yeah, then because actually from my experience as well, a lot of the partners, they actually, the initiatives that they are looking for is long-term, like from the partners that I've met. Yeah, and then they really like long-term, partnerships. And then one of the pain that, we were facing is actually we don't have a long-term plan for them, but they're still, very nice, very good enough, and very value aligned, and they understand, but they still wish to collaborate with us. It's just something to let you guys know. And then lastly is actually OCPD management. I'm not sure if like every LC is like doing this OCPD management. It's basically managing like the OCPD and IGV team, and then providing them education, providing them suggestions on how to handle certain LP, SP like that. Yeah, so that's the thing lah. And then I think this is like last slide from me. Some of the tips that I guess I have gained, or any like the thoughts from my experience. First thing is actually, so I think something that along my journey that I might find a little bit frustrating is that actually we don't have a lot of jurisdiction over products. Like the role that we can play is actually more on advising and suggesting to product team. Yeah, and then that's the thing, okay. And then I guess this is what my Ting and Z is like referring to when you say argument, okay. Yeah, because I mean it's a true fact that for BD we don't have jurisdiction over the KA planning for products, but what we can do is to advise and suggest. And then if they don't listen, then in the end, if you don't get sales, it's not really your fault also. Yeah, because in the end you're selling their product, right? Without their product, you wouldn't able to do sales. And then next thing is actually BD's issue is not always just BD's issues. Sometimes product team is the one who can solve your issues. The reason I say this is because, for example, just an example, okay, maybe you found out that it's very difficult for you to secure meetings, and then, or even if you secure meetings, it's always ended up with partner not being interested to continue collaboration, stuff like that. And you found out certain issues, for example, the KA not aligned, or it's not what they're looking for, and stuff like that, right? Actually, all these issues, right? I wouldn't say BD is really able to solve these issues, because in the end, it goes down to the product again, right? Product, which is your project, your IG project or your EWA event. Yeah, so actually these are the things that you can actually bring back to your product team to discuss about it. Like from your experience with meeting with partners, you can bring back to your product team to discuss on how you can brainstorm on it and how you can improve on your KA, so you can make it much more externally relevant, and always open to communicate with your synergy partners, I would say. Then being transparent, this is something that I learned quite the hard way. Is actually, if you have no progress, it means it's no progress now. And then it's more important that you identify the issue of why there's no progress, instead of trying to cover it up. And you can actually discuss it with your synergy partners, I would say. Like from my experience wise, and when we don't have any progress, I will discuss it with my synergy partners. I found an IGV, I will talk to them about it. I will tell them what is the influence, like the assumption of why I think there's no progress, and then they will actually suggest some ways for us to improve on our operation, stuff like that. Yeah, basically discuss and brainstorm about it. And then if you can't think of something to discuss with product team, especially when it's really near like realization time, and you also have a partner, right? It means you're probably forgetting something now. Okay, really look into it. And then lastly, product team can't sustain without BD, and BD can't exist without product team. Now you actually need each other. Okay, don't have the mindset of like you're working for IGV or you're working for EWA, but you actually need each other to exist. Yeah, okay, I think last thing is actually, here are some pictures of like my experience working with partners. And then I would say all of this wouldn't be I would say for PD we wouldn't be able to achieve all these things without the synergy or the support from our IGV team. Like you can see, this is Daikin. They were doing like roll call with us. Yeah, they're very interested to do. And then here was like some feedback from the Daikin staffs about the workshops that we gave, and then some of the feedbacks, I would say it's really impactful, the experience, and it wouldn't be, I would say it's not possible to have done all this without the support from IGV because for your context, like they wanted to do workshops. So definitely for PV, we don't have the resources, the experience to conduct workshops for them. And in the end, it goes down to IGV, who's the one that will provide all these deliverables to partners. Yeah, okay, that's all from me. So next I'll pass to like Raylene to talk about her part. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Natalie. Now you can click next. So now we have already finished on the products, and Natalie has given her sharing. So now it's time to talk about BO. So yeah, firstly, I would just like to show you guys a bit of example of what I did as FL. So this is actually just taken from the Aman application, but basically I put consistent synergy as one of my GCPs, as we actually have synergy every month, and then we have a routine set as well. So it's just like an example of what I did. So like what Natalie mentioned about documentation, I did the same, but instead of using slides, I use Google Sheets. So if you can see there, from April to December, I just have all of the documents related to that. Yeah, thank you. Then next slide. So yeah, this one is also one of the kind of testimonial that I got from all of the different VPs. So yes, you can go next. Okay, yeah, now I'll go straight to the point now because we don't have much time left. So basically, when you're doing synergy with back office, there's a high chance that the BO wouldn't understand operational terms or how BD functions. So do be empathetic and be as detailed as possible. So by what I mean by this is that if you say things like let's say for example cold call and they don't know what cold call is, then you cannot just go like, oh yeah blah 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 cold call. Like they wouldn't understand, so they wouldn't know from your point of view and they wouldn't know how to help you. So yeah, just try to, even though it may be frustrating to some people, just try to be as lenient as you can, and then just be like empathetic. And then also, yeah, understand, this is very important, but understand that BO isn't there just to give you solutions. So if you have a sudden like a sudden bottleneck, you cannot just go to BO and say, I need synergy, I need you to help me solve this. That's not how it works. Ask questions and brainstorm together, just like what Natalie also mentioned. Yeah, work together. Don't just go there just to get answers from them. That's a very bad example of a synergy. And if BO sets a SOP, follow it, because yeah, it won't help by doing it your own way just because it's easier. For example, if FL say this is how you should document things, they give you a coding system, like for example, then you should follow it. And because in the end, they are the ones who are governing your LC. They are the backbone of LC. So without you following the SOP, nothing's gonna go straight, and then like you're gonna have conflicts. So I would say this is like the most minimum that you can do to help people. And then yeah, the fourth one is also be as detailed as possible. So just like what I mentioned, number one, some things that you thought would be you might not be to your stakeholders. So to avoid this, be transparent and detailed to avoid miscommunication, as what Natalie also mentioned. Next. Yep, so what to ask and how to ask for help. I'm pretty sure this is probably your main question. As people who are not familiar with FL or PM or whatever BO does, I'm sure that when you go to Synergy and then you say, oh, I want to ask you a question, but I actually don't know what kind of question you want to ask. So I just put down like main examples. So first one for FL would be definitely budget. What are the expenses allocated for you? And don't just use the expenses as like, okay, yeah, I have 10 ringgit to use for cold call and I got 5 ringgit for printing. Utilize as much as you can, ask them for more budget, and invest into your operation. Some of the investments that you can think of would be networking events. Maybe you found a good networking event around you and you need to pay for a ticket. So you can ask FL to either reimburse for it or just like give the money for that. So like, yeah, talk a lot with FL about the LinkedIn Premium. You can talk a lot about the expenses budgeted for you. And then for FL timeline, usually FL should be able to determine whether LC is sustainable without sales or not. So it's part of budgeting and it's also part of their criteria. So yeah, they will tell you, okay, by when you should close sales. This is a non-negotiable. You need to get 1K, at least 1K in by May, for example. So you need to know a rough timeline, and with with the timeline that FL give you, that's how you build your goal setting, and that's how you should build your team to work towards that as well. And the third one would be definitely legalities. So maybe you guys don't know how to write MOA according to FL's governance, for example, then you can always ask them on like to clarify some matters that you don't understand. And any coding system you need to know, and very important, which is MOA adjustments. So as a VPFL last term, I had a lot of situations where the partner suddenly wanna delay or like delay the timeline with us. And usually the BD or PD part, they wouldn't know how to write the MOA, or that they wouldn't know what to do with the MOA. Or sometimes they don't even tell FL that partner want to do this. So without any proper documentation, that's not how LCs are supposed to run now. So you need to tell them and discuss about adjustments made to the MOA. And then lastly would be PM, which is definitely manpower. So you can ask them how to effectively adjust your members or team's JD so that everyone gets a fair share of work. So since your team is a resource, you have to know how to use it wisely, and you can go to PM for their support. Yeah, then next slide. So yeah, this is just a whole debrief of what me and Natalie has told you guys. So yeah, number one would be definitely conversations and discussions sparks innovations. So don't go with a one-sided mind. Always go there to have a conversation in mind. And second one would be synergies about co-creation, not reporting, like what Natalie emphasized a lot of times. You are there to co-create together, not just to tell them what you've been doing and listen what the other stakeholder has been doing. Yeah, then that's about it for our session. Then we can have a short Q&A session for 5 minutes, and then I'll pass it back to Eugene. So if you have a question, you can either put in the chat box or open your mic and ask. If you do have a question, you can put a wave as well. Okay, seems like Sunisa is the only one with no question. Everyone else got question, is it? Any tips on making synergy short and sweet? Okay, I think I can answer this one. And Mini Taker, please remember to put it down. I think to make synergy short and sweet, if you want to have a synergy with like the time in mind, like, oh, you just want to finish in 30 minutes, I'll say that's the wrong attitude. You never know how your conversation will go. And then, yeah, you wouldn't know how the conversation would go, and you wouldn't know what the other party wants from you as well. So, I guess if you mean by effective, then it's just to listen well and also answer their questions. So yeah, don't go off stray, and then don't go talk about this when you're supposed to be talking about this. So, yeah. If Natalie, you got additional answer, you can also say.
Yeah, sure. I think I agree with what Rudy mentioned. Actually, long synergy doesn't necessarily means like a bad thing. Actually, long synergy can also mean that you have discussion happening. And I would say the long synergy is the one that is much more effective, I would say, rather than making it short and sweet. Because if you only do short and sweet, it means you're probably only just reporting and there's no discussion happening. Yeah. as how do I say this? I know you guys don't like long synergy. I also don't like it, but yeah, I guess you experience it. One day, if let's say you get to have discussions, then yeah, you will understand what we mean. But definitely also you need to be objective driven. Like for my experience sharing, we have our FL, they're always policing us. If let's say we stray away topic, she's always like, hey, come back. Yeah, you can also have, appoint someone. I don't know what you call that, police, I don't know. Yeah, you can appoint someone to, if let's say what's the word, stray the topic, or if let's say maybe perhaps in your synergy like dynamic, you don't have someone who's the one that's guiding the conversation, then you should have someone, to be the one that guides the whole discussion instead of just, you suggest something, in the end it's going to be very ineffective. Oh yeah, exactly, moderator. Yeah, appoint a moderator to guide like a discussion. Yeah. FL always, yeah, a black hat, exactly what I had in mind when I was talking about this. Yeah, FL always moderator. Yeah, exactly. But I would say doesn't have to be FL also lah. Anyone with who you think is objective driven can also be the black hat in the conversation. No? Time's up. Oh, okay. Oops, sorry, I talked too much. Any questions? Any other questions? Okay. Boss say can add 3 more minutes. Yeah, so if you have question, can ask now.
Yeah, if you don't have for a wave, I think if we see more than 5 waves, then we move on now. Okay, that's counted as 1.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we have 5 already. Is it?
Okay, nice. Now we got more than 5. So I'll pass it back to you, Jin.
Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Hope everyone, I cannot start share. Hope everyone enjoyed the R&D just now regarding synergy, and hope that you can put it into practice for synergy better. I think maybe one more error on my end, besides the things mentioned here, is can prepare the topic beforehand. Yeah, I mean, I know, I think Natalie mentioned the prepared topic beforehand, but I think that is the more effective one. And let's say during your meeting halfway, you got other topics come in, right? Then you can write it down first, and then that topic move to next week's synergy meeting. So that's what also MC team do. If got any other topic, we move it. Not enough time, then we move it to next week. So we already set the weekly routine, and then we wouldn't scare, don't have enough time to discuss, still got next week. Or if very urgent, then we'll schedule another day. But I think that normally don't happen. Like the weekly is already enough. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so let's go to digital marketing pricing. So you can click this. So this would be your best friend also. And then I updated it here at the frequently accessed links also. So you can check here. Yeah. So basically this would be your best friend for BD site in terms of which page or channel to use. Let me see. I think before I explain in terms of how to look at this, then I'll explain why we have this first. Yeah. So I think here, remember last week I mentioned in terms of your deliverable need to make sense, right? And then your deliverable is like, have the logic in terms of how you set the pricing. So coming back here, right? So when we come in towards using a shared channel, the centralized channel, everyone using the same channel, right? Then this logic also applies the same way also. So in terms of why we even have the centralized pricing, so in case you don't know, actually we do have the centralized pricing is that when you use the national pages, right, based on you use, then should charge the minimum amount towards your partner is how much, like this. Yeah. But before I go into technicalities, let me go into why first. So I think first one is more on us. When let's say, assuming if you have the same channel and same campaign, right? But then if let's say today, LC Langkawi charge 200, but then LC Labuan charge 1,000. So if let's say the company also somehow a few months ago talked to the same, talked to Isaac before, but then from another LC, then this company might have questioned, why same campaign but different price one? And then especially if let's say your member is a newbie, right? Then your member will be a bit GG already, like confused, and then don't know why other LC can set this price also. So if let's say it's going back towards your community outreach, or let's say the number of youth for your event, that one can still go according to different location, different context, charge different pricing. But regarding this national channel, then it's a centralized channel, everyone is using it, then we should use the same price also. Yeah. Then also everyone using the same benchmark, and then also communicating the same value, and then pricing logic to partner to mitigate the risk of jeopardizing external trust, and then also reducing internal competition. So imagine if let's say anyone can charge any price, right? Then in the very, very worst case scenario, it might happen that everyone just, keep on throw the price lower, and then in the end until someone does it free of charge like that. Then all these like the channels here that we build, not only you guys build, actually your IGV, OGV, everyone built for so much effort, right? Then it wouldn't be able to harvest into the results. Yeah. Or okay, I don't have any other adjective or words. Okay, anyways. Yeah. Then I think second one is actually also to provide more value to partner, because your partner will have the transparency of outreach that they would get lah. So the pricing is actually set based on the strength of the channel. Yeah, so you can see here actually the Isaac in Malaysia page has way more outreach and it's actually charged being more also. Whereas when you go towards the national project or even local project, the amount is actually lower. Yeah, and then for now, I haven't looked into raising the price, but we still keep the previous pricing lah. Yeah, and also the centralized page to have larger outreach. So the pain that I remember last term, some of, I think was Tiu tell me is, a few very sad partners say that our outreach very low. Okay, they didn't say it that way, but I'm just acting, okay, but there was partner feedback thinking, oh, your outreach is so low like that. So actually, honestly speaking, actually for some of the pages, for example, local project page, it can be considered low, especially if you compare to MNC, very common big brands, let's say Nestle, then the outreach is definitely very low. But then when now we centralize back, then it's also using one channel where we reduce the confusion and then also have the larger outreach. So you also support a partner to understand the value and support you in doing sales. Yeah, and again, the channel outreach is also depending on how many organic traffic we can get, which means when you guys see each other share the post, right, remember to just share and help share, because it also depends on how many people are sharing. Same goes with previously LC channel, is also you need LC people to share, but then now you have the whole Isaac in Malaysia share for you. Okay, so really go and help share. Yeah, and the last one is also the confidence in sales. So again, it's more on the understanding the pricing logic. So you would have more confidence to run sales and negotiate pricing because you already know, okay, this is the minimum benchmark, all those things. Yeah. So FAQ, I think if don't have enough time, can still move afterwards. But now I'll explain how to look at this. So I'll explain in EWA terms. So normally for EWA, we use the Isaac in Malaysia FB page and also Instagram page. Yeah, then LinkedIn page also Isaac in Malaysia, EWA used, but then LinkedIn page IGV also used for IGV projects. Yeah. So we have the package one, basic package, and then second package is advanced. So what do we mean by this? So basic means that partner already give material. For example, something like this, the PNG and then the recent Mondelez, they already give us the material already, and then we just need to do a basic customization. We don't need to do much, then you can actually charge them lower. So this is the package one, okay? Whereas if let's say everything is designed by you, then we go towards a package two, the advanced, okay? So I explain on EWA first, yeah, the Isaac Malaysia page, okay? Then how does this pricing go? This is the unit price, like one post like that. So we do one post, charge 200, okay? Then the 60-40 is the breakdown. So to prevent confusion, I put it gray color. So it's actually when we set all these price, right, it's also based on market survey already. The benchmark is more on, okay, let's say like freelancer, when they do the post, okay, then design how much should it be charged? And then we also take into consideration, besides the HR, the people design, you also have the channel. So how much outreach this channel can get is also should have the monetary value, the commercial value also. So it's 60% and 40%. So 200, then 120 and 80 like that. And this is the suggested minimum amount of posts for one campaign like that. So if let's say you are running one campaign on Facebook, suggested to have 4 posts like that, then the amount charged will be around 800 like that. So it's 4 times 2, then 800. Okay. So if you are using all the materials here, then it should be charged 2,000. So this is on just the branding part minimum. And then not to mention you have your other deliverables, but this on branding part. So normally, I think my understanding wise, when we do is FB and IG, then wouldn't do other channels. But you can see here IG has higher price also because IG have more higher engagement rate and more outreach, all those things. Yeah. Then the package 2 here is the advanced one. Okay. So hope you understand more on the logic here. Okay. Then the plug and play element is more on, let's say we got cover photo, then you also need to check with the national team on availability. Yeah. And then let's say produce survey or video content, how much is the suggested amount to charge like that. Yeah. So here also got the type of content suggested and allowed, not suggested, allowed. So if let's say it's a 1, 2, 3, let's say partnership announcement, company introduction, key message recap, then yeah, suggested to put on B2C. So B2B also can, but then okay, yeah, but the content a bit different like that. Yeah, and then if let's say it's the red color one here, then you need to consult me if I get the approval first. Yeah, and then so how it works is more, let's say we do 4 posts, right? So 1 post partnership announcement, 1 post company introduction, and then 2 post key message recap, for example, like that. Okay, so and then if you want to get the performance, let's say you tell partner, oh, how much outreach do we have? So this is the amount, and then it's updated already, like during the peak time that we have the engagement, like the realization peak, all those. So you can get the data here. You can tell partner this is the amount. Yeah. So down here also have a lot of the FAQ. So you can read it to understand more. If you still don't understand, you can feel free to reach out to us. Okay. Then for IGV1, so IGV1 here, right? Because based on the experience of managing IGV sales, no partner, I mean, most of the kind of partner that we find wouldn't have materials prepared for us already. Okay, so normally for IGV is we straight away on scratch, we create the content. So I use advanced method, okay, for IGV. Yeah, but based on the channel, then we have different pricing. So national project channel would have higher pricing because we have bigger brand credibility and then also more outreach. Yeah, whereas local project, then the amount is smaller like that. Yeah, so from here you can see the pricing amount would also be different. Yeah, and then for IGV wise, not to say no partner is interested in digital marketing. There are still partner interested in the CSR digital branding like that. But then mainly a lot of times IGV value proposition is on the like the community that we can tap into. So from here, also part of the reason why the amount is lower. So FB page, the amount is actually like 75 only. Yeah. And then whereas like Instagram is still the stronger one, so 200 like that. Then if you're using national project channel, then it would be, oh, I haven't updated the Echo page. Okay, it's time for me to update Echo page. Yeah, for national channel, we would use this pricing, whereas local project, we use this pricing. Okay, yeah, so same goes here in terms of the type of content that can be put inside and then the FAQ that you can ask about. Okay, so I will not answer all the questions here one by one, but I think now still have time. So I'll just go through maybe a few common questions. So if previously already mentioned to partner certain pricing already, can you still continue use it? Yes, you can, but for winter peak wise, we would just standardize all to use this. Not winter peak, actually starting from today is using all this. So you need to start to amend your pricing already. Yeah, but again, I would say it's more on for you to actually have more confidence in using the pricing. And you can tell partner that, you know, when we work with other partners, we also use this pricing based on this amount also. Yeah, that's something that you can, you know, tell because this is the centralized page that we can use already. Yeah, so actually it's starting from today. But then for previous one, if you already promise partner or tell them already, okay, you can still continue to use. And you can reach out to me for more strategic advice on pricing also. Yeah, and then will MC charge you money for using national page? No, okay, it's for everyone to use, okay? And then this is the quotation, the minimum amount that you should charge your partner for, okay? Yeah, then moving on, can I sell number of posts to partner? So it's strongly advised that you sell it as a package. So maybe you design the package is only 3 FB posts and 3 IG posts, sell it as a package, but not tell them you sell number of posts like that. So you should customize the campaign with your externals with the clear objective. And then when you sell it based on number of posts, it wouldn't be effective also. Like, I mean, you just think from you yourself as a customer or consumer, right? So the same kind of content, if let's say I see it 5 times already, would it still be effective? Maybe the second or third time, it will still remind me, but then 5 to 6 times, then it's already considered like spam already. So you don't actually need that many posts also. Your value is not coming from the post, but the content that you publish, okay? Yeah. Then moving on, so why is it suggested to run a package or campaign? Again, like I mentioned just now, is one post, like, okay, post once, then it's very hard to showcase the impact of branding. So that's why we have campaigns. Yeah. Then the suggested of number of posts is just, I'll say like the campaign would introduce the public about the company background, the information like that. Okay. So this is more on the marketing side of things. Then can I sell the package not according to minimum number of posts? So again, you shouldn't sell based on number of posts. And then if let's say your partner have a very specific needs and then you want to adjust, okay, let's say, oh, for Eva, I want to do 2 posts instead of 4 posts. So if you really do have that specific needs, you can discuss with me, okay? Yeah, and if you wish to sell the package with like number of lesser of posts, yeah, then how to say, then the suggested, then I would say the more applicable content is more on these few things. Yeah, and then again, these 3, you need to consult me, but then it's mainly on these 2, okay? Yeah, then moving on. So can I sell the price higher than suggested? So actually you can. So the restriction is more on you shouldn't sell it lower, but you can sell it higher, but I wouldn't suggest you simply go higher because again, it's a charge based on the price logic, right? Like, okay, we have this amount of outreach based on this specific content, this project like that. Or like the Isaac in Malaysia, we have a lot of youth that we can reach out to. So you can sell higher, but you do need to have a very concrete reason. Okay, let's say today I'm going to use a pricing higher than the suggested amount, right? Then what is the reason? Is it because this partner have very specific needs or not? Or maybe I'm providing very specific value, or the type of content that I'm providing is, you know, can tackle their pain a lot, like that. Yeah. And then okay, if I sell my own local channel outreach, do I need to follow any pricing? So what do I mean by local channel? Is a centralized channel is all these, right? But then maybe some of you guys have your own OGV Telegram channel, then you want to sell. So it's up to you, and then up to how you evaluate also. And yeah, I think the last one reminder is just more on just like selling your deliverable and touch point, your branding post also need to align with your IGV, your EVA, and then also your Isaac call also. So you wouldn't want to simply do advertising for a partner, even though your partner can offer you a lot of money like that. Yeah. And then the IGV pages wise, you need to secure your slots with your IGV to coordinate on the posting dates for AM page and then also LinkedIn. So if let's say your IGV post want to post on LinkedIn, then you communicate with me directly. So for now, I'm the person in charge of it. And this is just the example of rough template by partner. Yeah. So I think that's all okay. Surprisingly, we still have time. So any questions?
Sorry.
I have a question. Yeah, so for example, right, I already like sent the cost structure related with the digital marketing price, and I said it's quite low. And then do you think that because the partner also agree already, and then like is there any way like to inform them the real price?
I would say no need lah. So is since you already sent to partner already, no need to change. But I think here is just more on for the next new partner that you are reaching out to, right? So okay, congratulations that you already have a partner agreed on this cost. So you know this cost is working, right? Then for the next new partner that you want to reach out to, then you set it based on this benchmark law. Then you just amend based on the digital marketing price here mentioned. Like that.
Understand.
Yeah, so you don't need to confuse your partner too much like that. In the end of the day, we also doing partnership experience. So already tell partner then, yeah.
I have a question. So for the plug and play element, right? So one is the in-house video content. The one 700 per video is for if they want to share the video on national social media, is it? And then we will help edit the video or what?
This one would be up to you lah. Yeah, so it can be your site produce, it can be a partner provide. Then the benchmark we set is this amount, and then let's say you want to sell higher, it's up to you. But if you want to post like video, then you need to align with me like that.
If it's just sharing the their branding video during our event, we don't have to follow this price, right?
No. During your own initiative event, no need. It's more on publishing on these pages that need to set according to the benchmark here. Yeah, publish on social media pages. Okay, if you no question, you can put a cool like just now. Okay, yeah, so okay, I see a tree, cool. I'll still open a bit in case anyone got question. Hey, we have new people coming in. Okay, hi, Nahira. First time meeting you. Okay, yeah, then I'll go to the next one. Yeah, so okay, so we have preparation audit announced already. So for preparation audit, the criteria is actually same as last time. So if you got 2 before, then you'll be familiar with the criteria lah. Then here we wouldn't do any extra R&D space because for preparation audit is relatively short and simple also. So you can click the audit booklet here, and then also my end also record the recording playlist lah. Then I think just here, I'll just remind everyone on one thing, which I also mentioned in the video lah. So the one I mentioned just now. So I already plug in your LC tracker here, and then it will reflect all the data here. Yeah. So remember to update your LC tracker also. So when I do audit, a lot of the criteria is actually based on these also. For example, okay. For example, your goal versus actual. Yeah. So the goal is here like that, and then we'll also measure. Okay. Your actual amount is, okay, let's say your actual amount is 25 in March, right? Then I'll check here. Oh, is it accurate or not? JB. Okay, JB not here today. Oh, okay, it's not accurate like that. Is it? Okay, it's not accurate, then we'll consider fail like that, the criteria. Yeah. So these are the things that you guys can know on, but on the details on the criteria thing, then you guys can refer to the recording. And then again, if you got any questions, you can put on the audit master sheet, which is, where is it? Yeah, so FAQ for summer preparation audit. So, oh, this one's, okay, I think solved already. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so you can put down a question here lah, and then I'll answer. Yeah, and then you can tag me if you want also. Okay, then I wouldn't explain too much. Then yeah, commission t-shirt. Okay, I mentioned last week already, so come and buy. And I know some of you guys already buy, and I also buy already. Yeah, on my end I also need to pay. Yeah, so I think that's all for today lah. So you guys can write down the feedback. I'll play the music, and then you can write down your call to action on here. Yeah, what are the things in case you forgot. Then now you write here, and then next week you check again. Oh, GG, I missed out this. Yeah, I think that's all. So this is from our own LC tracker. Yes, your own LC tracker, not the project sales distribution sheet. I'll give you a pro tip, right? Actually, if you want to update on your sales distribution sheet, also can one. Then you just import range the result from your sales distribution sheet to your LC tracker, that can already. Yeah, but for me, I'll refer everything on the LC tracker, which the LC tracker put here. So you can see the link is, what's this? That's weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's here. So you can see I got input a formula. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's all for today. We actually end on time. Then I'll just maybe play a 1-minute music while you guys are putting in feedback and call to action. Then we'll take photo. This one.